Hello and welcome back. Uh, so, what do you call it when a particular branch of the government has control of the White House, Senate, and Congress? I think you call it like a majority or something like that. And then, what do you call it when you have control over the White House, Senate, and Congress? All the news stations, all the newspapers, all the news stations except for Fox, all the newspapers and have control over big Hollywood and basically have control over the blacks and females, generally speaking, especially the blue haired, screaming females who, unfortunately, from all the screaming that I'm hearing, yeah, they don't know a lot about politics. They know how to scream and yell and call Republicans fascists. Now, from what I've been understanding about fascism, it's, when they have enough power, they force you to do stuff. Now, who do we know that forced you to do something? They forced you to get the vaccination. So, oh, hey, I've been having this job for 30 years and I got some medical conditions. I don't feel comfortable getting the shot. So, I'd appreciate it if I wouldn't have to get the shot and lose my 30-year career. Oh, I work in a hospital and, I've never been sick and I have the, I've already been sick and I have the immunity to it, so I don't really need it. Oh no. So all you have to get it, and if you don't get it, you're a racist or a homophobe or a transphobe or a xenophobe. And so one day there are heroes, our firefighters, our Navy SEALs, our doctors, and then if you don't get if you don't go along with the White House, Senate, Congress, uh, news stations, and everybody else, then you're a racist. And so that is what fascism is all about. They force you to go along with the agenda or else be outed. So, like when you have these doctors and they came out and they said, hey, wait a second, we're seeing that. There's a lot of suspicious activity in the hospital, and we don't think that the pandemic's as bad as they're advertising. See, because when you have total power and control like that, you can control the Senate, White House, Congress, and all the media, news stations, newspapers. And what does that allow us? What does that allow the left to do? It allows guys like Mark Kelly, who I once thought was a halfway decent dude, to have a commercial like this, where he says, I voted to uh, expand the manufacturing of computer chips in our state, and so finally poor families can get ahead. What else did you vote for, Mark Kelly? Yeah, you voted to shut down the XL pipeline, which is the reason why families are behind in the first place. Now, if there was real news stations and divided control of the Senate, White House, and Congress, he'd never be able to do that because he'd immediately be shut down because people would point out the fact that he's one of the idiots who voted to shut down the XL pipeline and deny our country of being the number one oil and gas producer in the world with a net export. By shutting down the XL pipeline, just a little FYI, Blake Masters is pro XL pipeline and pro energy independence. So vote for Blake Masters and Carrie Lake. Whether you like them or not, vote for them because they're better than who's on the left. So by him shutting down the pipeline, it made us no longer number one and no longer a net exporter, and it killed 800,000 barrels of oil a day and 25,000 jobs. And most of those 25,000 people probably voted for Biden, who is promoting unity. That's damn sure not unity. What that is that's destroying the low economy of people. So the people who are low income, they got hurt the worst from that, and that's exactly what they want. They want us all to be a bunch of slaves. And then they don't care. They don't care that the fact that, oh, electric cars are super expensive and there's no way to charge those electric cars. Look at California. If you watch any news, if you know anything about anything with politics, you'll know from the common sense that California has told their people, don't charge your car today. Don't turn on your air conditioner. Why? Why Gavin Newsom, who thinks he's going to be our next president? and carry it from socialism to communism. Why don't you want us to charge our electric cars? Oh, because there's not enough power to. They'll have a blackout. Interesting. You think they'll have blackouts when they do away with nuclear power plants? And then why is it such a small? So if America goes to zero emissions, why would it be? Why if all zero emissions? How much difference would it make on the world's overall climate? Less than 1%. Why? Because you got to burn oil and natural gas or coal to produce electricity. So Jim Kelly, he's full of shit. He's the one who shut down the XL pipeline with Biden. And then he claims like, I'm the new savior that's going to finally bring people out of poverty. No, you're the asshole who voted for XL pipeline to shut down our oil production. And the cleanest form of oil production, by the way, through a pipeline. Instead of going to our enemies and then bringing it in on train and boat. Yeah. Mark Kelly, you're a communist. Sorry, buddy. You know it. Not a racist. Catch you on the next one.